Hey guys and gals, what's going on? It's G-Meister and welcome to a Sonic the Hedgehog discussion video. Now, we all know Sonic Mania right now is such a big deal, and there's countless videos building up about it. And no, this video is not about Sonic Mania, in case you didn't read the title. And as a Sonic fan, I watch those videos because I like hearing Sonic get good press. For once, you know, it's really nice, you know, the review scores are good, everything's good about Sonic Mania, you know, yada yada. But one thing that has been annoying me every time I watch one of these videos about Sonic Mania is saying how I'm not, all of them don't say this, but some of them, or they say similar stuff like Sonic's had a mixed bag or rough rough time after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you know what I mean? And while I will admit Sonic has had a mixed bag, I will completely admit that. But some people like to say all the games pre-Sonic Mania and post-Sonic 3 Knuckles were terrible. And I personally disagree with that. And I made a whole video why Sonic games post Shadow the Hedgehog pretty much are mixed, and that video will give you guys some pretty cool context towards why some Sonic games are mixed. So I will leave that like little eye icon up there or in the link in the description down below. You know, you guys can check that out. It's a pretty good video. Now, what I'm aiming to do in this video is talking about the Sonic games post-classic era and go over why some of them are good and bad. Not some of the reasoning, but just from their mechanics and their stories and their gameplay styles, etc., you know? That's what I'm aiming to do. This might be a long one, so grab some popcorn, I guess. So let's start with 1998/1999's Sonic Adventure, released on the Sega Dreamcast. So Sonic Adventure was Sonic's first 3D outing. The first real 3D outing. We don't count those other two, goddammit! Anyways, what the fuck was that? Sonic Adventure. Now, I personally never had any nostalgic connections to this game, but I have played through it recently last year, and here's my thoughts on it. Sonic Adventure is a pretty solid game. It's a good game overall. From modern Sonic's high speed. I said fucking modern Sonic, Jesus Christ. Damn you, Sega, with your marketing. Okay, Sonic's high speed action platforming stages in 3D were really good, with the addition of the homing attack, which was originally invented in the other 3D quote unquote 3D Sonic game. Ugh. As a great asset. Sonic's gameplay in this game is perfect. It's on point. A little rough around the edges, but overall pretty good. Tails' gameplay style in this game is similar to Sonic's, except you're racing Sonic, you're flying around the stages using shortcuts, and yeah, that's all you're doing. And you beat Sonic through races, that's all you do. Only like 3 stages is not you racing someone, and that being like 2 tornado stages. Those stages also apply to Sonic. And that one snowboarding, sandboarding stage to find the Chaos Emerald, and you run to Big the Cat, and etc, etc. Overall, Tails' gameplay is my second favorite in the game. It's really fun, and I'd go back to it. Knuckles' gameplay, his treasure hunting, is fun and unique. It says, explore the levels, learn some details, find these treasure pieces with your radar, you know? This is where the treasure hunting is best, in my opinion, because of the radar. Its system works way better than does Adventure 2. Get to that later. Overall, Knuckles' gameplay experience is a fun one. I wouldn't go back to it all the time, but I might play a level every now and then. It's pretty fun. Amy Rose, okay, I will admit, this gameplay style in this game is fucking horrible. Alright, it's atrocious. It's slow, tedious, and repetitive. Luckily, it doesn't last long. It's only 3 stages long, and her story's not even that long. So, you know, I guess that's passable. Big the Cat. Our dank meme lord himself. Big the Cat. Now, Big the Cat. Now, this is like a very turn-off for many people when it comes to Sonic Adventure. I don't blame them. I personally find Big the Cat's gameplay to be alright, a nice little distraction. It changes the gameplay up, you know, from going through action-packed stages to just chilling out and fishing for fishes and your best friend Froggy. It's alright. I like how throughout his story, Big is just complete out of the loop, like, what's this water monster? Come back, Froggy! It's just fun. The physical controls can be a little awkward and they have not aged well. That's your warning. It's almost purely luck, but I don't know. I had a little trouble with that at first. Like that, his story is the reason why I can never get the Super Sonic story in Sonic Adventure. But when I took my time and just played through it naturally, I got it down pretty easily, and I beat his story in around like an hour to 2 hours. Was not too bad. And you got Gamma. Gamma is pretty interesting. He is basically a shoot 'em up. You have a certain time limit to shoot as many bad guys as possible and reach the end of the stage to fight a boss fight or just do something at the end of the stage, collect the Chaos Emerald Froggy, I don't know, etc, etc. And you have a time limit and it keeps going down, but the more enemies you kill, the higher the time limit goes. And that's how much time you have to live. I don't know why that gimmick is there, but engages fun action, explosion, shoot 'em up stuff, you know what I mean? It's just fun stuff overall. And yeah, as for the story of Sonic Adventure, it's a little bit serious. It has a little bit of a darker tone to it. But overall, I would say it's fine. I personally, if you guys have watched my Sonic Forces discussion video, or any of my other Sonic videos, I personally enjoy those type of stories, you know what I mean? Well, it takes itself serious, well, we're not taking it serious. Well, actually, I do a little bit, but, you know, yeah, I'm just a weirdo. But, yeah, it's still self-aware that it's a goofy cartoon. Sonic runs around, collects rings with his best friend Tails, runs through loop-de-loops, spin dashes, homing attacks, fights a mad scientist shaped like a giant talking egg. You know, it's still fun. It still knows what it is. It has cartoony faces, facial expressions, you know? Despite it taking place in like a realistic reality, which it's not even that realistic. They keep it pretty, you know, alright. And this game also introduced a Chow Garden, the fan favorite Chow Garden, and which people are still begging Sega to bring back to this day. I mean, I don't see why they don't. It would make them a lot of cash. But, I don't know. I enjoyed the Chow Garden. I much preferred the Sonic Adventure 2 Chow Garden, but the Adventure 1 Chow Garden's alright. Overall, Sonic Adventure 1 is a good experience, though I will admit, graphically, it has not aged well, and some of the camera angles can be a little awkward, I will admit, and 2 gameplay styles may turn you off completely from the game, which is completely understandable. But I say at least play Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles' story throughout the game. And if you're into shoot 'em ups, play Gamma. It's alright. And if you're a casual player, I say give it a try, you know, do the Chow Garden. You can buy it on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 stores, you know, those stores, Steam, you know, anywhere. You can buy it anywhere, maybe aside from Nintendo platforms, but still. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Also, you can play the Sonic Adventure DX GameCube version, but who the fuck's gonna go do that? Even though it is the best version in the game. Excuse me. Alright, moving on. Let's talk about a sequel. I think it's 2000/2001's Sonic Adventure 2, the final game for the Sega Dreamcast. Well, real final game for the Sega Dreamcast. this game almost improves over everything its predecessor. This time around, you're limited to 3 gameplay styles and 2 stories: the speedy action-adventure types, the mech types, and the treasure hunting types. 2 of the gameplay styles. So let's just go over this. You have 2 stories, which feature those 3 gameplay types. You have the hero story and the dark story. And excuse me, sorry. Those 3, and yeah, you choose good side and dark. The good side, team hero, team dark, and you go through each of their stories, playing through similar gameplay styles, which they are the same, collecting upgrades for different characters, etc. The speed characters feature Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog making his debut appearance within this game. You know, our favorite edgy hedgehog appeared in this game, and he did pretty well, I will admit, despite him just being a DeviantArt clone of Sonic. Anyways, Edgy the Hedgehog there, he's pretty cool, I guess. Their action stages are pretty fun, I must admit, and they're my favorite parts of the game, admittedly. They have some of the best stages: Sonic having escaped from the city, Radical Highway for Shadow the Hedgehog, and yeah, they have some of the funnest stages in the game. Though they are far in between in the stories, but they're very replayable. They have a high amount of replayability to them. They're very fun. The mech style gameplay, which is based off Gamma from Sonic Adventure, features Miles Tails per Hour, Sonic's sidekick, and who's now in a mech rather than racing Sonic through a stage, and the great Dr. Eggman, who's or Robotnik, who is playable for the first time in a main series Sonic game, which is really cool. And their gameplay style is pretty fun overall. I would say it's an improvement over Gamma from Sonic Adventure 1 because of the lack of the timer, you know? Sorry about anything in the background. But yeah. They're pretty fun. Now, treasure hunting, I would actually say has gotten a little worse from Sonic Adventure 1, but I feel like level design, when it comes to Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure 2 treasure hunting stages has a superior level design and the soundtrack. For Knuckles, especially with his rapping, you know. Anyways, basically, the only gripe I have with the treasure hunting in this one is, the radar, your radar only homes in on one piece of the Master Emerald, or whatever you're hunting, and ignores all the other pieces. For example, you can stumble upon a piece of the Master Emerald or whatever you're hunting by accident, and the radar wouldn't even have picked it up. And also, they eliminate the little blue scan from Sonic Adventure 1, and it's just green, yellow, red, rather than blue, green, yellow, red. That one's just a minor nitpick / gripe, I know, but you know, it's still a thing that bothers me. But overall, yeah, it's alright. I mean, you have hint boxes, but every time you use one, it lowers your rank, which, oh my god, if you want all those A ranks, buddy, you're gonna not use those you're not gonna use them, alright? You're not gonna use those hints, you know what I mean? Health and mad space, or whatever it's called, it fucks you over and it's fucking backwards and shit. What the fuck? I lowered my rank for nothing? Jesus Christ. Sega playing with us. This game also debuted the fan favorite character. Omo Chow! The know-it-all! Yay! No. No, I ain't about that life. Anyway, the Chow Garden returns in this game from Sonic Adventure 1 with major improvements. This time around, you don't have to use animals to upgrade your Chow's abilities. You get, throughout the stages, as you kill enemies, you collect these little veils things? Fuck, what are they called again? Fuck, I don't know. But you use them to each upgrade in a certain attribute about your Chow, then your Chow can participate in different challenges, such as karate, racing, you know, etc., etc. And the Chow Garden's really fun. In this game, me and my friend Dylan, we spent a lot of time in the Chow Garden within this game. Bring them to school, teaching them new stuff, buying them stuff. It was just a blast, you know? We had fun. And Oh my. The story in this game, it's like Sonic Adventure 2, except I would say it's even, am I correct? Blah, Sonic Adventure 2. I mean Sonic Adventure 1. But the difference is, I would say this one, I say, has a little bit more of a darker tone due to Shadow and the arc and stuff, but overall, I would say it's still pretty enjoyable. I like the story in this game, personally, and yeah, it's just cool stuff. I personally enjoy it. I would understand if you're not into the darker tone of story, and you just care about the gameplay. I wouldn't blame you for a second. It's a platformer. So yeah. I'll say overall Sonic Adventure 2, I would say it has aged better than Sonic Adventure 1, but it still hasn't aged that well. But it's still a great game, and I recommend you play it. If you get the chance, that is. You can buy it in all the places I mentioned before for Sonic Adventure 1. And yeah. Moving on to the next main series Sonic installment is Sonic Heroes. This game is a freaking mixed bag. Sonic Heroes, you're divided up into 4 teams with 3 different character types yet again, rather than 2. So you have Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix, who are finally returning from 1995 Sega 32X title, Knuckles Chaotix. And I would say, okay, where do I start? Okay, the gameplay. You're each team has a speed type, a flying type, and a strength type. The speed type is basically the speedy type. You know, they do medium amount of damage to the enemies. Yes, the enemies have health bars in this game. The ones you're going to be zooming through the stages with. In each team, Team Sonic has Sonic, obviously, as a speed type. Team Dark has the returning Shadow the Hedgehog as the speed type. Team Rose has Amy. Rose, what the fuck? You can run this fast, Amy? What the heck? But in Sonic Adventure 1, you're gonna throw the fucking turtle. What the fuck happened? Okay, whatever. And Team Chaotix has Espio the Chameleon. And he's pretty cool, I guess. And as for the flying type, the flying types go into totem position, like holding up their teammates in the air, they fly and launch them at enemies. Although if you lose your teammates, you're on your own, doing your own unique thing, which is a pretty rare occurrence to get, though. In Team Sonic, you got Tails. In Team Dark, you got Rouge the Bat from Sonic Adventure 2. In Team Rose, you got Cream the Rabbit from Sonic Advance 2, which is a handheld title. And in Team Chaotix, you got Charmy B. And Charmy B. Okay, moving on to the strength types. On Team Sonic, you got Knuckles the Enchilada. Knuckles the Echidna. Wait, why the hell are you even here? Aren't you supposed to guard in the Master Emerald? Why are you fucking helping us out here? And forget about it. On Team Dark, you got new character Omega, who is part of the E-Series from Sonic Adventure, from the Adventure games, which is what Gamma was part of, and he's a strength type of Team Dark. And on Team Rose, you got the returning Dink Lord himself, Big the Cat. Big the Cat is your strength type on Team Rose. And he's alright. And on Team Chaotix, you got Vector the Crocodile. And yeah, all Sonic Heroes, you go through different zones. But interestingly enough, each team has something unique about them. And difficulty / challenge. Team Sonic is considered the medium mode of the game, and I would recommend it to any casual Sonic players who know what they're doing. Team Dark is the challenging mode, like hard mode, and I do recommend them for expert players. But I will admit their stages can drag on for quite a while, and I'm not very fond of that. Team Rose is the easy mode of the game. Hell, their fucking first stage is a tutorial with Omo Chow telling them how to play. If you're a first-time player to any Sonic game, play Team Rose, I guess. Go ahead. And Team Chaotix is the oddball of the mix because they're like a mission mode. You have to complete a certain objective throughout the stage before you can enter the goal line, which is alright. It's alright overall. But sometimes the mission can be a little annoying, I must admit. But it's fine overall. Yeah, that's pretty much it for gameplay. No Chow Garden this time around or anything. There's a multiplayer mode, but I'm not even going to talk about that. The story. Team Sonic receives a letter from Eggman, and they must go stop him. Boom! Team Dark is a little more complicated, though. Rouge the Bat breaks into one of Eggman's bases and finds a Shadow the Hedgehog in a little canister. And he's like in a coma or whatever. And then she breaks him out, and he awakens, and Omega apparently reactivates, and starts shooting the fucking place up. And then they all decide to team up to steal Eggman's treasure for Rouge's sake, for Omega to get his revenge on Eggman, and for Shadow to get answers on his past, because he had got amnesia apparently, after him dying at the end of Sonic Adventure 2. Okay, what the hell? If only that major got answered in this game, maybe we want to have a different game and that we're gonna talk about next. Anyways, let's see. Team Rose. Amy Rose is looking for Sonic. Big is looking for Froggy, and Cream the Rabbit looking for Chocolate Chow, Cream's friend. I mean, Cheese's friend. My apologies. And yeah. They're looking for people, so they all decide to team up and go against Eggman because they think he has something to do with the disappearance of Froggy, Sonic, and you know, Chocola. Team Chaotix has been hired by some kind of big boss guy to take down Eggman, and yeah, they're just in it for the payment, for the money, so they can pay rent that month. I understand, guys. I completely understand you. Excuse me. And the story is nothing special in Heroes at all. But something I must critique the game on is if you do like 3 playthroughs in a row, the game will definitely get repetitive and annoying and tedious. But I would say space your playthroughs out, you know? Maybe after you do Team Rose or Team Sonic, wait a couple of days or like a week or something, then do a different stage. Don't do them back to back, or it will feel repetitive and it might, I don't know. Overall, I'd call Sonic Heroes an okay game though. It varies definitely, but overall, it's an okay experience. I don't want to talk about this one. No, I'm not doing it. Fine, Shadow the Hedgehog for the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. Okay. Apparently Shadow didn't get the answers about his past back in Sonic Heroes, so yeah, we have to deal with this cluster fucking mess of his past, you know? His origins, his everything. Is he a good guy, a bad guy, neutral? Okay, is he neutral? I don't fucking know. Okay, so there's like, how do I begin? Okay, so Shadow basically plays like he does in Sonic Adventure 2, except with the addition of guns. What the fuck? In a Sonic game? Are you kidding me? Vehicles? He's riding a motorcycle down a fucking Jeep? What the fuck is going on here? Okay. Okay. But aside from that, the stages are basically your basic Sonic levels. Except, there's 3 things you can do on each stage. You have the good route, which involves you doing a mission for the good guys, the military, Team Sonic, etc. Or heck, even Eggman. The bad guys, the black alien dudes. I'm not even doing like any racing. They're literally called the Black Arms. I'm not joking. And their leader is Black Doom, who's voiced by Sean Schemmel, aka Goku. Okay. Okay. And the story is a mess. I'm not even going over it. It has something to do with Shadow of the Past, him being related to this Black Doom guy, and him being half alien, him discovering who he is. Is he an android? Is he real? I don't fucking know, and quite frankly, I don't care. This is taking itself way too seriously. The story takes itself way too seriously. In order to complete, back to the gameplay. I'm sorry I'm all over the place on this one, because I really don't want to talk about it. Okay, the game, depending on which routes you go down, which missions you decide to take on, neutral, good or bad, it gives you one of the possible 24 endings, I believe, and you have to get all 24 endings to get the last story, which is the only canon ending, meaning all the work you did before is worthless! Why their last story? It made all, fun! It's just horrible, guys. But hey, at least there's an Omo Chow gun. I like that. Shadow the Hedgehog. It may seem like a bad game, judging from what I'm saying, but actually, overall, it's only I'll call it mediocre. Not bad, but mediocre, definitely. Or average, you know? The missions can be quite tedious and annoying, but if you're just doing a plain neutral run of the game, the gun system it may actually help you. It's bad in concept, but in game and execution, it's alright. It helps you take out those big enemies with big health bars. Yes, they have health bars again, thanks Sonic Heroes. And yeah, overall, it's a mediocre experience. It can't get worse from here, guys. Trust me, it definitely can. And I lied to myself. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Guys, you already know what this is like. It's a glitchy mess. You play as like 12 fucking different characters, and they're all a mess. Sonic is broken as fuck. Shadow's just nerfed Sonic. Silver, who the fuck is Silver? Future Trunks, basically, from Dragon Ball Z. Gotcha, time traveling hedgehog. What the fuck are we even looking at here? The story takes itself way too seriously. It's a glitchy mess, and it was rushed. You want to figure out why it's rushed? I have a video about that. It was in the why Sonic games are mixed. So mixed. But anyways, I don't want to beat a dead horse here. You all know it. I'm going to consider this game a bad game. The first really bad game in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. The other ones were range from good, okay, mediocre so far. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Okay. Sonic goes into a book known as the Arabian Nights, which is full of different tales from, you know, the Arabian Nights. And yeah, it's motion controlled based. It was for the Nintendo Wii as a launch title for it, and it's okay. I would call it okay overall. Some of the missions can get annoying in the game, and the motion controls can seem a bit flimsy and off at times, but the story's alright, I guess. And the soundtrack's pretty damn good though, aside from Make Believe Reborn every time you open up the fucking menu. It's okay, guys. I'm just calling it an okay game. Sonic Unleashed. Now, this is a very mixed game within the community, but I personally, overall, call it a good game. This one is a good game. The story is a perfect tone for me. It's like the adventure games. It has some serious elements in it, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. I'd even call the story in this game better than Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Unleashed is my favorite story. But if you're not into story, the daytime stages are fast-paced, fun. You boost through stage, you collect rings, and you do something called a boost. Which, if you guys are aware of the boost formula in Sonic games, it's basically you just hold the square button and you just zoom through the stages, zoom through enemies, and it's super fast and super fun. It's kick-ass. And the daytime Sonic stages, while I will admit, could use a little bit more polish to them overall, it's really fun. They're really fun and action-packed. The nighttime stages, well, Sonic turns into a freaking werehog. Wait, a fucking werehog? What the fuck? Anyways, Okay, this is not the worst thing in the world. The combat is alright, but it gets a little repetitive at times. And yeah, it's just repetitive, you know, and makes up like more. It takes up more of the game than the daytime stages. So I consider Sonic Unleashed half good, half bad. Well, not bad, but mediocre, I would call it. So overall, Sonic Unleashed as a package is okay, but the daytime stages are really good, so I'd say you should play the game alone just for that. Sonic and the Black Knight is the same story as Sonic and the Secret Rings, except I feel like the story is way better, the soundtrack's even better, and I like the setting even better than Secret Rings. And it has way more polish to it. And the motion controls aren't that bad. But Sonic fighting with a fucking sword, I know, it looks weird and edgy, but it's alright overall. Black Knight's alright. I'd consider an okay game. An improvement over Secret Rings. Colors. Colors is a good game overall. It follows the daytime formula from Sonic Unleashed, as we all know. Except it has way more 2D elements than 3D elements, which I kinda prefer the game being more 3D, but I get it, Sega's trying to play safe after all of Sonic's mishaps within those recent, well, quote-unquote mishaps within those recent years. And I understand why they went for more 2D approach. I personally dislike it, but that doesn't turn me off from the game. I personally find Sonic Colors as a really good game. While the story is just fun and cheesy, I don't really care about that. Because, you know, the gameplay is super fun. The Wisps are fun and innovative and allows for so much different ideas and concepts. And the Wisps are fun. And Colors overall is a fun experience. I recommend it. Generations. While having a lack of story, with having a story substituted with fan service, you're basically, we look back on good old memory lane and Sonic Generations with, you know, with modern Sonic, with his boosting formula from Colors and Generations, except redefined, polished, and this is the best it's ever been so far in the Sonic series. I don't know if Forces will top it, but this is really good. And Classic Sonic returning finally. Who doesn't feel like Classic Sonic, but just kind of diet Classic Sonic. Whatever, it's still fun overall. Classic Sonic is a fun dude. Definitely fun. Overall, Generations just a fun game. Classic Sonic and most modern Sonic are fun, though I feel like modern Sonic is the preferred gameplay style I'll play as whenever I go back to this game. But overall, Generations is a good game, and most people think so themselves. Though lack of story does bother me a little bit, but I'm fine with it overall. Lost World is a mixed bag. It tried so many different ideas, and in execution it kind of flopped. The story tried to take itself somewhat serious, somewhat not serious. I don't know, the really mixed bag. And Lost World overall is an okay game with its, I mean, it has a run button. It took parkour as a big gameplay mechanic in the game. The Wisps are back for no goddamn reason. And I mean, if you're ever gonna play Lost World, I recommend the PC version personally. But if you have a Wii U, pick it up, I guess. But don't pick up the 3DS version. Lost World is an okay experience, I can definitely say. One of the most mixed Sonic games ever, though. Like, review scores are ranging from 4 to 6 out of 10. And then Sonic Boom, we all know the story behind that. I'm not going over Boom. Okay. That's all the mainstream Sonic games right there. Up until Mania. And I hope this just told you that not all the Sonic games are bad. They're definitely mixed and varied in quality, but I can definitely say that no, not all the Sonic games are bad. Only like 2 are. And like 2 are mediocre and some are okay, they're just a mixed bag. They're not that bad. Mania is not the best, has not been the best Sonic game in years, because we've had some good Sonic games in recent years. 5 years ago was Generations, you know. 6 years ago was Colors, you know. Unleashed was somewhat good. And Adventure 1 and 2, they were alright. So, yeah. I don't get why people say that, like, I don't know, it's just been bothering me. But yeah, overall, Sonic games are just a mixed bag. And I have a video talking about why they're a mixed bag, and the end cards, and the eye icon, and the description down below. It's a very fascinating video if you ask me. It's very fascinating research. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this made you more aware that all Sonic games are not bad. And you should probably go try them out yourself, you know? If you're just jumping onto the series through Mania, you should go check out some of the other older Sonic games, you know? Some of the 3D ones are really fun. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, join that notification squad. And also, check out my Facebook and Twitter in the link description down below. I tweet stuff every day, and I use my Facebook every so often. So yeah, if you want updates from me, that's the best way to get them. And also the best way to get in contact with me. Anyways, I'll see you again in the next one. Peace out. Meister out.